Ladies and gentlemen, for the 820th time, it is the Mason and Friends Show, featuring the Black Hand of Mike, aka Sir Chokes-A-Lot.
Yeah.
As well as that lady called Lisa, aka Lisa.
That's sign language for my name.
As well as that dude called Jew Unit, aka Sir Coughs-A-Lot.
Sign language going on here.
As well as, for the first time in a long time, Das Verboten, aka Big Mike's fiance.
Hey, y'all.
As well as, for the first time ever, what was it, Leah?
Yeah.
AKA
Normally do, right?
Dos Equis, aka the most interesting woman in the world. Me, I am Mahoney. Welcome to the Mason and Friends Show.
What's happening, y'all? What's good out there today? It is your motherfucking Thursday, our second part of Sunday. Hope y'all are doing okay this week. Got through the fucking bullshit on Tuesday.
What was the bullshit on Tuesday?
Whatever the fuck's gonna be coming. Don't know the
And there's gonna be bullshit on Tuesday. Mike don't know what it is just yet.
Snow or rain.
Snow, rain, some kind of mix. Either way, motherfuckers are gonna be ignorant.
People gonna be simple.
Man, fuck them simple motherfuckers that are on the road right now. Y'all motherfuckers need to learn how to drive again. The left lane is for speeding and passing.
Man, the left lane-
If you ain't doing neither one of them motherfuckers, stay the fuck to the right.
That's why I love.
God damn.
People don't abide by the rules.
That's why I love driving south, because when you drive south, they tell you
They got,
the
yeah.
big ass signs right on the interstate. Get out of the motherfucking way, bro. If you ain't driving, get out the left lane.
Yep,
But then them
yep.
Georgia fucks come up here and they don't see the fucking signs, so they think they allowed to do it.
Motherfucker, it's Georgia, Pennsylvania, even the Maryland motherfuckers. You would think the
South
Maryland
Carolina,
motherfuckers.
Georgia, yeah, that's where you see a lot. South Carolina, yeah, state law. One of them is state law where you need to be
First
not
off-
bullshit in the left
I agree
lane.
with North
First off,
Carolina.
fuck Maryland and Maryland drivers, and also fuck the transporter over there, because he drives like a fucking dick, doing 70 miles in the rain and the snow and the ice and shit, bitching that the people merging onto the highway aren't going fast enough.
They ain't.
I'm just saying.
Do you want to
I'm
die?
just saying.
Do you want to die? You don't want to be in my car. I'm doing
No.
85. And
I also don't get-
I got to slow down for this dude trying to do 37 and a 70 mile an hour.
This is why people don't get in the car with you.
Fucking 7. This isn't black sheep. You're going 37, sir.
Yeah.
See how fast you're going?
Hold on.
7 mile an
That
hour.
motherfucker the other night was going like 3.
To the right.
First off, that motherfucker that was one motherfucker of the 17 different motherfuckers that pissed you off on that drive home.
It was a lot.
Okay,
going on.
but you were doing a good job.
I know I was.
It was rainy.
That's what I
I
do.
was.
I didn't say he wasn't doing a good
Also,
job.
some
I
cars
said
don't
he's
go
a
that
dick.
fast. I used to have a car that didn't go that fast. Like,
Leah, every car I've ever owned had no get up and go.
just saying. 4 cylinders, made in 1995. Might not get up there.
Y'all, so seriously, one time we were in Richmond and we and my friend were following Leah back to the house. Leah's little baby hoopty goes around the corner and her hubcap keeps going straight. And we're like honking at her like, Leah, a piece of your tire came off, and she stops in the middle of the damn road, runs out, like, oh shit, thanks guys, and like grabs it, frisbees it into the car, and gets right back in the car and keeps
I
going.
don't even remember that. Ty's like, I love that story. And I'm like, I don't remember.
You never put that hubcap back on, did you?
I'm sure I did later.
You're slick. Honestly, kudos. I feel, I can see it.
Shit, mine came off and we didn't even know it was mine that came off. We was riding, we was fucked up. And the hubcap come off the car and it was riding right next to us. And motherfuckers, we were looking at it like, yo, hey, somebody's hubcap is just rolled off their car. We're the only motherfuckers on the road and this shit is happening.
I ain't never
yo.
had that.
And we're laughing about it like, yo, somebody lost a hubcap, that's some funny shit. We get back to Sheets, we pull up at Sheets to get out. We get out of Sheets, they're like, yo, motherfucker, it was your hubcap. Like,
Do you have it?
damn.
Did you grab it?
Nah, fuck no, we never went back to that shit. We was fucked up.
They should have. You saw it?
We was high as gas. We was laughing that it was somebody else's shit that fell off their car. We rolling like, you lost your shit. Nah, it was my ass.
Dude, one time I left this guy's house and it was like he had fish tank pebble driveway, right? Like little tiny fish tank pebbles. It was all
Pea
kinds of-
gravel.
Yeah, I hear that's
It
cheaper
was
than
pastel.
rocks.
It was pastel colored. And it was like this rich fucker that lived it was in this county. But anyway, I'm like leaving his place and it's raining and my car kind of slid out and I hit a tree. That was like lining. He had these really pretty trees lining his driveway.
He just fucked up the driveway and the tree.
I called him, and also they had like an alarm that apparently goes off if somebody crosses the line. I parked the car after hitting the tree right on that line. So they kept getting alerts in the house that like somebody was in their driveway.
That's motherfucker with money there.
My headlight had like flown off into their yard, and this fucker calls me, the boyfriend at the time, right? I was in like 10th grade, and he calls and he's like, "Is the tree okay?" And I was like, "The tree? Like, I'm alive, thank God." But I did sit there for a long time. Because these trees were like imported from London. It explained to me that the tree.
Wait, where is this?
Fuck here, dude.
Wow.
It's like 10, 15
County.
minutes from here. This county is so secretly bougie.
That's some
and stuff
high-end
anyway.
bougie shit.
Yeah.
I got money.
trees.
Some
You-
people
A lot
got
of
money
rich
for days
people.
right
Did you hit my tree from London, did
It's me
you?
bloody tree.
You went to fuck here.
It's me
Let
cockney
me ask you
tree.
something. I've
You
got
hit
a
me
cockney
bush.
tree out there.
You keep me bloody cockney bush.
Did you run into my bloody cockney tree or not?
That was really good.
I've got a bloody cockney tree out there. Did you make it so that it was falling apart, or is the cockney tree alright?
It makes me want to start talking.
He had insurance on that
I wanted
bitch.
to do that.
Talk British in, woman. It's alright. You can say
Go for
however
it.
you want to say it.
Yeah, that's the only accent I got.
Me too.
When we start
Cockney.
doing accents, they're all
Hey,
different.
don't feel
different
bad. All I
races.
got is
I just do the
Spanish.
same
All
one.
of their British accents are terrible. Like all of them.
I don't know, they're kind of cool.
Mason's Emma Watson accent, because Mason thinks Emma Watson's hot, but he's always like, "I would you like to suck my penis?"
Hold on. Look,
That's
Emma.
Cockney.
It's
Emma
no.
doesn't talk like
It's
that.
no fun.
How dare you?
It's no fun to make jokes about dating Emma Watson if she talks like she actually talks.
She's very proper.
When I talk with Emma Watson, she says things like this. She does.
That's so fucked up.
I'd like you to come lick my cunt, and then we can have sex all night long, and you can leave me back at my house over there by the... Whatever.
That's how she talks.
That's not at all how she talks.
No, she's a proper lady.
But why would
Yeah,
I
she
have
talks like that.
Why would I have a talk like a proper
There's
lady?
a difference.
When I'm
between
doing it-
Cockney.
Doing improper things.
Hey,
He's talking about the ratchet Emma Watson is the way he's grabbing.
I like a ratchet Emma
He's
Watson.
getting a ratchet Emma
Is there
Watson.
something wrong with that? I like a ratchet Cockney Emma Watson.
There's nothing wrong
You
with
like
it.
Emma
It just
Watson
says-
from the dodgy
It
end.
says a lot about you.
I know. Well, they're the ones that tell me that I like ratchet girls.
No, it's not that you like ratchet girls. It's that ratchet girls you seem to magnate towards you. Like they
magnate towards me.
It's both. It's
So you're saying ratchet chicks like me?
Nah,
Yes,
you got a
it's
secret type. That means you got a secret type, dude.
It's like a give-take relationship there.
It
on that
is.
one.
But the ratchet bitches is like once a ratchet bitch starts and then you see it, it's like something triggers you and that light cuts on and then once it's on, you know what I
A
mean?
ratchet bitch, a ratchet moth to a flame?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm a moth to a ratchet flame.
That's it.
I'm a moth to a ratchet flame.
No, you're the flame.
No,
the
he's
flame?
the moth. No, he's the moth because the ratchet has to start. Once the ratchet starts, it's like it does something to this
See,
man.
Mike thinks because I'm flirting with a girl in the line at the Cannabis Festival 4 years ago that don't got all their
this
teeth,
has happened.
that I'm into fucking ratchet
This has
bitch.
happened at every cannabis festival that some ratchet bitch has done some ratchet shit and your ass just fucking was right on it like, you know what girl, I love your style. And she'll fucking turn around and be like, oh yeah, that's what you like? Yeah girl. And it just goes off and there, what the fuck?
I gotta get my cigarette.
I get out of really.
I just like how you're like, he thinks just because I'm talking to a bitch with no teeth that I like it, but
I didn't say no teeth.
Yeah,
I
you
said
did say no
missing a
teeth.
tooth or two. There's a big fucking difference between she needs dentures and she got a little bit of a gap.
A bit of a gap.
She got a bit of a gap.
So do you still call it a gap on the side if you're missing this tooth right
If it's a
here?
missing tooth, then it's a missing tooth. I'm not going that ghetto that I'm gonna be like, nah, girl, you got a gap. Somebody knocked your front tooth out, and I'm gonna call it a gap.
And she got, hold on, when
nah.
you fuck with her, she had the
There's
straight
a difference
hand.
between a gap and missing a tooth.
There's a big
It's a big, it's a big gap.
Yeah, are you Michael Strahan or are you
What,
fucking?
would you fuck with a bitch if she had the straight hand?
Hold on.
Or do you have to get a fake tooth, bitch? Like,
I don't look at. Here's the
Like,
thing.
that's a- yeah.
I'm not going to require of a woman any sort of aesthetic requirement. I'm not going to be like, hey, looky here, girl. I need you to get that tooth that's missing filled in with like a realistic looking tooth.
oh, okay.
I'm not going to do that to a girl.
Right, that's nice
Look
of you.
at all I'm really looking for is a bitch that's nice to me.
Gentlemen.
I'm a simple dude. Can you be nice to me? Oh, you can't? All right then. Have a nice life. Like, I think that's what I ask right out the jump. You know, if I meet a girl that's like trying to hang out with me, I'll be like, hey, look at me. Let me ask you something. Are you a nice person? And she's gonna be like, no. I'll be like, all right
She's
then.
not gonna do
Like,
that.
We're
do you
good.
have dental
All
insurance?
right then,
Like,
you want
do
to
you
suck my
like?
dick?
Do you like a woman? Do you like
They're
a?
not gonna be like, no.
Right? Do you like a
Even if
woman?
they're not nice, they're gonna fake nice to get them to like you. Like you like them. They want you to like, like, I don't even know.
Right? They're liars,
No,
like you
it's not
say.
that they're liars.
No, you're saying they're
They could
liars.
be people pleasers. They could be
bullshit.
like friendly,
That's
and you
some
like it all depends on what you're anticipating. I know, I hear it. Though. I hear it.
Listen, Leah's so new to this. She's never heard the podcast before.
I found it very amusing when she reacted.
The last podcast, I had to tell this motherfucker to stop playing fart noises in the background.
Oh, at least he's been doing the jerk off noise. And
Yet,
No.
I'm playing the fart noise.
Sarah, we did that too.
my farts sound better than this.
Mine do too. It's funny the first time.
I don't know. Mason looks like it's funny every time.
I'm enjoying myself.
That's the one right there.
He made him. He can't help himself.
I can't help myself. I'm having fun here. This is like the
That's
2 hours a week I get to have a good time. So like, yeah, I'm having a good time with it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad we could participate.
I'm happy y'all are here too.
Listen, it took everything in me to get Leah off the couch and get her to stop
Sorry, I was
watching
a
Blue
very
Eye
good
Samurai.
program. I'm very invested. My heart.
What's your program?
Blue-eyed samurai.
This bitch is
Blue-eyed
here.
samurai.
Hold on, Mason. This bitch is here to specifically visit with me. We went to go look at wedding dresses yesterday, and she is most interested in sitting on my couch and watching Blue Eyed Samurai, which I told her to watch on the plane, and she is into it. We stayed up till 3:30 in the morning last night watching Blue Eyed
Quality
Samurai.
time together.
Have you seen it?
Well, but you know what's
I want to.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Amazing.
I want to see it.
you know what's neat about a Blue-Eyed Samurai?
Did you see it?
I have not, but you can watch it whenever you want. That's really neat.
She was like, no, can't we just go to the podcast next time? I'm like, bitch, you can watch Blue Eyed Samurai next time. Like, there's not going to be a next
I was
time.
just saying because we did something yesterday and we're doing something tomorrow. It's like a lot.
Listen,
So you've had enough. So Dos Equis is what you're saying is you've had enough of like a thing for the day.
No, just like we did, like we stayed up so late, and then I like kicked it with my dog Layla all day.
Yeah.
That took a lot out of me.
listen, Mike, Leah spent the day with Mike's daughter, Layla.
I love her, but at one point it was a lot.
Yeah, I
But
know it
she's-
is.
Kids are
she's-
just
oh wait,
annoying as fuck at that age.
no, I love her. She's amazing.
She's not annoying. She's just,
not,
she
actually.
is my shadow.
She's too smart. You can't.
Yeah. First off, she loves gossip.
You
cannot slip up.
Yeah, she loves
I was like making
gossip.
sure this was hidden.
Wait a minute.
She can't keep
Mike's
a secret.
daughter is into gossip?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's all girls.
First
are born that way.
off, that child is
It's like
my.
an intersocial bonding.
that child
thing,
is my
like that,
mini-me.
progressive society forward.
Look,
Just like,
Hey,
Lisa.
look, I'm not saying women shouldn't be
gossip
into
bond society.
gossip.
No,
I'm
she's
just-
the shit. But like it was like I was tired, and then I was like gonna take this nap. They took naps. That's the thing that they're
We
not
did.
telling you.
Fucking
They took naps.
Why didn't you?
Because I
nap?
was kicking it with my dog Layla. I took like a little nap, like a 15-minute nap.
That's not long enough.
I know, and I just like thought about the samurai.
That's why you didn't want to come to the podcast.
She was invested because they was talking about this shit this morning. This what made me walk
We looked
away
at the
from this shit.
historical context.
Leah has been researching like 1500s and 1600s
Katana.
Japan
So-
for like 7 hours today.
Is this like that Tom Cruise movie?
No,
Last Samurai?
Well, it might be based on the same person, maybe, because there is historical, but I didn't want to follow those links because I don't want to get.
Don't.
Good for you. Look, enjoy the
I learned
Tell me
about
about
the
it.
role of women. I didn't look up the black teeth though, and I did look up the ice plunge, and I
love
couldn't
it.
find that. But basically,
Well, maybe you
it's
shouldn't
like-
give
It's
it
a whole
away.
thing on this show,
Maybe
yeah.
you shouldn't give these things away for people that haven't seen the show.
Okay,
No,
but I'll
it's
just tell you,
okay.
it
I
deals
have
with
to
like the
tell my
roles of
kid that about
gender.
video games.
We spoil alert around
One
here.
at a time. We're spoiler alerters on this show.
Oh, I got
so-
some spoiler alerts.
So if you want to spoil Blue-Eyed Samurai, I am not going to get mad
No,
at you.
she spoiler alerted herself reading shit,
Yeah, reading
researching 1500s Japan and the white people being banned to the one island. And now she's like trying to make historical, legitimate references while she watches the show.
I want to
That's
know
why I
what's
wanna
true and
know.
what's not. What's
I
been
wanna know.
embellished. It's so,
read-
dude, it's intense.
I read that book Shogun and I was thoroughly disappointed.
It's the Shoguns are involved. It's the same era.
I'm sure they are. Well, like Shogun's like a whole other game.
The
But like
Edo era.
Isn't that
like-
like the army?
the Shogun
The
book,
animation is just
they're-
so beautiful.
they're making a Shogun like miniseries or whatever out of the book that I read, and I was really annoyed because I read this book. It's like, you know, it's thicker than this fucking mic stand. And that motherfucker, so we're talking like 1,000, 1,500 pages. I sit down, I read this fucking big ass book, expecting to have some like ninja shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a motherfucker with a sword chopping
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
in half
That's
and
what
shit.
this show is.
No. Shogun, literally, they chop a one motherfucker's head off, they boil a motherfucker in oil and shit, but they don't do nothing.
There's nothing in between.
There's nothing in between. In the end, they do like, you know, all this lead up to this, like, oh, something's gonna happen, and then they give like a paragraph synopsis at the end, like the ninjas came in like, and then away they went, and I'm like, I've read this whole book for the fucking ninja page, and you give me a paragraph of ninjas?
Funny story, you
Fuck
know.
James Claville.
Big
Fuck
fat-
you, James Claville. And your whole fucking Shogun book. And your whole fucking Shogun series. It's gonna be on Netflix. Fuck you!
Okay, so big fat secret for years was that the first time somebody tried to show me the Twilight movies, I was so angry that I left their house because I'm like, this is the worst
Yeah,
fucking
I know.
acting I've ever seen in my life.
God.
So listen,
Yeah.
so there happened to be an
That's the
incident.
vampire bitches, right?
Yeah. Oh god, it's terrible. The worst acting. Of the, what is that girl's name?
Kristen Stewart.
Is the worst fucking actress of all
Oh,
time. And
that's another one of his.
oh, worst fucking actress of all fucking time.
That's the one I'm trying to have a threesome with Emma Watson with. where we
I didn't
break the
say I'm.
world, float
Listen,
above
her
the
lesbian
ground.
face, she is so much more attractive than her straight face.
Honestly,
100%.
truly.
But either way, so
Talking to the mic more.
so
What are you
anyway,
saying, Lisa? Talk about Kristen Stewart's lesbian face. Tell me more.
No. What the fuck?
that's it. So Mason,
Just supporting, like,
Lesbianism.
Sarah.
yeah, thank you, Lisa. So Mason, there was an incident. I ended up look, Lisa. There was an incident, and I ended up watching. Focus, Lisa. Focus. Okay. There was an instant where I somehow watched all 4 Twilight movies in one night and immediately had to read the books. And I read all of the books just to get to the sex scene when they're finally on their fucking honeymoon. And I turned the page and it is the next day. There is no sex scene. There is nothing. It is literally like you got, so when you just said you got to the fucking point and you're like, I just read through fucking 3,000 pages of bullshit
Yeah.
just because I wanted to see that
Yeah.
read this sex scene. There is no sex
You should
scene.
never have read those books. Like, they're so awful.
They're awful.
Like,
And
you
she-
just wasted so much time.
Listen.
Those books are rated
Listen.
like a third
Isa-
grade fucking
Isabella Swan and Anastasia Steele are the worst female literary characters of all time.
Horrible.
And were they both written by women?
No, that's 50 Shades of Grey
That's written by
and
men?
Twilight.
So
The
50
yeah,
Shades of
but
Grey.
I'm convinced 100%.
That's the Dakota girl.
50 Shades of Grey is Twilight fan porn exotica.
Honestly?
Yeah, the lady that
that
wrote 50 Shades of Grey is a huge Twilight fan, and if you look at the characters between both books, they're the exact same
I
characters.
wouldn't be a fan of
Also,
that.
the 2
Like,
female characters, like Dakota Johnson, this bitch in the books, she doesn't shave her vagina. She's never done more than kiss a boy. She's a virgin. She sucks dick for the first time with no gag reflex.
Wait, did
like
Johnson
it
suck
it
dick
is
for the first
So she
time?
practiced.
Hold on. One at a time, please.
She's got a big bush. Is that what I heard?
yes.
I'm good with the big bush and an initial blowjob.
But no, and this is also every dude that's ever met her has been secretly in love with her, and she's just oblivious to all. They are the worst female characters of all time, and they are the exact same
And
characters.
they're written by a man.
No, they're written by 2
They're written
women,
by women, but they're not
Who wrote
intelligent
50 Shades?
women.
but neither of them are
They're not
authors.
intelligent
Who wrote 50
women.
Shades?
They're not writers.
Said they're not
Can we look it
intelligent
up? Are we
women.
No,
looking at things
they're
up?
not. One is a
Yeah, you
TV
can look up
executive.
anything you'd like, by all means.
Yeah.
I would not call them writers.
The
I
lady,
would-
no, the lady that wrote 50 Shades of Grey is like a TV executive's wife, and it's literally Twilight porn fiction. Now, to change the
I can
subject
see how
briefly,
it'd be hot,
It's like
a little,
wannabe.
hold on.
Like 50 Shades of
I'm
Grey.
still thinking.
Twilight, not hot,
Hold on.
not at all.
I'm still thinking about the books. I
Yeah.
read The Girl with the Dragon
E.L.
Tattoo.
James.
That's
Yeah.
an incredible book, honestly.
I had to watch the movie to get through the first 300 pages of the book, which are nothing about the story itself.
I know.
The first like 300 or 400 pages of the book is him in a court case about a hacking like incident.
Yeah.
And I had to. That's the only time I've ever like stopped reading a book to watch the
It's a
movie.
female. Wait, what? For 50 Shades of Grey?
No.
No.
The girl with the dragon tattoo.
Oh, I haven't read or seen those.
They're good.
Okay.
It's a
They're
woman.
fucking good.
She's a big.
Okay, so I don't know.
She have a big bush.
She said she's a
I feel like
big woman.
Twilight, like
She got some
kind of-
tickle bitties.
I feel like
Now
Twilight.
you're talking. Tell me more about these tickle bitties.
Oh my god.
They're big.
She said they're big.
Thanks.
At them things. God damn.
Well, I'm enjoying this so far.
Right? Hey, girl power. We've got just as many vaginas in here as penises.
I like it. You know, I'm a fan of
First time
vagina,
ever.
so it's nice to have a little bit of contrast.
Or
I've been doing this
maybe one of
9
us is
months, y'all.
disguising ourselves like the Blue Eye Samurai.
So are you saying you're a dude?
I'm saying you never know. You
Okay,
never know.
I guess
is what
I
I'm
don't.
saying.
I guess I
No.
don't.
You never know.
I ain't rolled you over like a dog. You know what I mean? What's going on under here? You know what I'm saying? I've been taking a look.
Y'all need. I only listen to the show anymore when Lisa's on, and when I do listen to the show, when
nice.
it's just the
Shout
three
out.
of y'all.
Thank you for your support.
You're
Thanks
all-
for all the likes, shares, and
I
subscribes.
wonder how many other
Listen,
people. That's
I've gotten my people to buy
other
merchandise
people's job.
off the website.
Like who? Don't tell me that. I run the
right.
merchandise website.
Ron Casey.
We bought his shirt.
And then Ron bought his own shirt, and he bought
Swinging Dick Ron?
He also Big Dick Ron. He also got
SDR?
the 1 of 69 shirt.
SDR, swinging
Other
Dick Ron.
people we've ordered the
You gotta
shirts and then
swing
given
a
them to them.
thing. I mean, I don't know. I just assume.
And y'all
I
might
can
as well
tell.
give me business cards because I tell people about the podcast all the time
She does.
because I support my man. I'm just saying
Thank you.
when
That's
y'all.
very nice of you to support your man. He's doing something and you're telling people about it. It's really nice of you.
I support y'all too.
I support my man and come on.
I support Mason, you and Andrew as well.
Often.
I thank you very much for that.
Okay. I'm just letting you know. But y'all are so wrong about so many things y'all talk about.
Okay, tell me what I'm wrong about.
I see that.
What was the one that killed me? When y'all were talking about Jennifer Lopez being married 7 different times and everything else. No, she's been engaged
I don't
7
remember
times.
that at all.
She's been married once. It's like every time I listen,
She
I'm
was married
like,
to Mark Anthony, and she was
was that
married
one
to
of
a
your
bald
songs?
guy way back in the day. She had been married more than once.
not 7, she's been engaged 7 times.
Yeah.
Okay, but you said she was
She
married.
is like a serial
them.
engagement.
Engagement, yes.
But she still got the rings. So
knew
she
that
still
one.
got the rings. That's what we were saying.
If we didn't make it, would I have to give the ring back?
You fucking right. I paid for that motherfucker.
I love this
goddamn
ring now. I
shit.
feel like
I've been proposed to more
I put your
times.
penis
How
in my
about
mouth, and I feel like I deserve the ring for that.
Like shit,
never-
but I paid a lot of
See,
money for that fucking
you don't
ring.
get it back.
What the fuck? That's what's wrong with women.
No, it's fine.
What's wrong with it?
Wrong with
Y'all
yeah.
want to keep the ring.
There's a lot wrong with women, but there's probably a lot wrong with men too.
Thank you, Mason.
She's like, here's the thing though, Lisa. Lisa thinks I hate women. I don't hate women.
I have taken that back like 17,000 times wrong.
I think
He brings it up casually, but honestly, I told you I didn't think you hated women. I thought that how you came across made it sound like you may hate women.
I don't think so. I think you really like women.
That's nice. That's a friend. That's
Well,
a
no,
friend looking out
no,
for you.
I think you. I genuinely believe that you like women.
one at a time, please, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not trying to be accusatory.
Das verboten, please. Hey, what you're saying?
Yeah, I didn't want to hear.
Please. I like to hear it when a woman says, "I don't think you hate women."
I don't think you hate women.
Please tell
I don't
me.
think. I don't think you hate women at all. I think that.
Sorry.
I think in context of what would maybe make someone think that you hate women is you get very angry with women over certain things, but it's like the same thing. You know, you're attracted to ratchetness. You're the moth to the ratchet flame. So I think sometimes what might come across as your aggression towards women, it's not towards all women. I think in general you're very polite. You're very kind.
Right.
You're nice. You brought us over that bottle opener earlier. We were all just holding a beer in the air waiting for someone to do something. We appreciate you.
See, what I am is
You
the.
are secretly kind.
No, here's the thing.
You're kind.
I'm what women don't want. I'm nice to women because Like, I look at women like, I'm going to be nice to you until you give me a reason to not be nice to you. And women are like, I don't want a guy that's nice to me. And I'm like, date me, and I won't be nice to you because you're going to be a fucking bitch. And I'm going to treat you like that once you get to that point. But I'm not going to treat you like the bitch you probably are until you prove to me that you are that piece of shit. And then I'm not going to want to hang out with you anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty simple. I just want a girl I can be nice to and not have to treat like she's fucking mean to me all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, the process of finding that woman is daunting in a sense that I don't want to bother.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I equated women to the lottery, like a scratcher ticket. Like, I can get some pussy, right? I can just go out and buy a ticket.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when I scratch that motherfucker off, do I have to herp now? Am I wasting my time because she's just going to treat me like shit?
Yikes.
You know what I mean?
I know. Well, me and Leah can speak on this one because up until Mike, I'm like, what is it? What did I call myself?
A transition piece.
Yeah, the transition piece.
Yeah.
I was here to transition men
Make
out
them
of a
better
previous
for the
life.
You're a good luck Chuck.
And make them,
that is.
and listen, build them up, get them set on their
Right.
goals and their dreams, and
Teach
lead
them how to
them
fuck.
to the person they want to be with that isn't me. And
How do we
it was
stop doing
over.
that?
Stop being amazing?
I don't know. It ended with Mike. It worked out with Mike, but even
You could
Mike in the
just
beginning, ask Leah, me and Mike in the beginning, I'm like, I don't know if I just want to fuck that dude or if I want to be his girlfriend.
Hey
Like,
guys, I just now can hear everybody in this.
Say
just
what?
got loud.
What?
Pride was,
My earphones just got back to what they were original.
why don't you put them back on your ears?
Well, I can turn them down for you,
Is that,
sweetheart.
is that the jump with the knob?
You
with
give
the-
that a whirl?
it's the knob.
The volume?
Yeah, it's
There
the
is a volume
This
thing
is
on there.
much. Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah, but turn it on.
There's a
I'm sorry,
volume.
minute.
No,
It
you're fine.
just scared the
That little
shit
thing
out
right
of
there.
That little thing right
Check,
there.
check.
I took it off. Down.
Is that too good? You want to go down
Oh, I
again?
like this. I can hear you guys now. I couldn't really hear you before.
That little thing
That
right
little
there.
thing
We're
right
trying
there.
to-
volume.
Yeah, that's your
Okay.
volume.
There's a knob on there.
There's a knob on there for volume.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, anyways, what we're saying,
Knob.
Off on the knobs.
Leah,
Been a pause.
hold on. Leah and I went through this together for years with just like relationships not working out, thinking they're going to be perfect, thinking that. So I don't think what you're going through with the chicks you're going through, I don't think that's exclusive to a gender. That is
No.
just seems to be like what the cultural
Yeah.
But it's like what you put
aspect
out. Like
is.
you gotta be nice for people to be nice to you. You know what I'm saying? Like you're like, I just want a girl to be nice to me. Well,
Well,
Nice to girls.
no, he is nice to
Yeah,
girls.
that works out
No,
so well.
He is nice to girls.
mean-
I get what you're saying. I don't agree with that. If you want girls to be nice to you, be nice to them back. Because how many fucking douchebag weird dudes want to say shit to you?
So many.
All of them.
Right.
She said I'm not gonna say.
See, and that's the thing.
don't keep track.
I ain't even really. The only reason I'm talking to you is because they brought you here. You know what I'm saying? Like you're delightful. You look good, but like I wouldn't be having a conversation with you if it wasn't like people I knew brought you around. Like if we were in public and I seen you, I wouldn't be like, oh, let me go talk to that girl. I would be like, I'm not talking to any of these girls unless they want to talk to me.
Well, just nobody does that anymore.
Because it's
Nobody
like,
does that to
if I roll up on you and I say hello, you're probably gonna treat me like shit because that's the way most women are these days.
That's
So it's not like I'm holding that against you. I'm just harboring that expectation.
Maybe you going to the
of-
wrong gas stations, my guy.
See, but that's the thing. I don't go to any of these gas stations because I've already determined that none of them are worth fucking looking through. You know what I'm saying? I ain't here to look for it.
Because he's like all these women are mean. Like I like laugh all day and have so much fun all day with like males and females. Because like I just like pass people and workers and the UPS man and da 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 la di da. And everybody's having a good old time, male, female, you know. And yeah, a creep gets creepy from time to time, and you just like boing mosquito, bye bye, keep it moving.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? You're like internalizing everything too much. It's just like whatever.
Nah, I just don't-
people just like suck.
just
It's
not
not like
bothering
girls suck,
anybody.
guys suck. People just
Yeah,
like
people
suck.
suck. I think
and they're
that's more
busy.
of
They're
it.
caught up in their own shit. They're like, what's for dinner?
Right, and that's my whole thing. I'm like, y'all,
Gas.
ain't nobody even worth the effort of like trying to find a relationship with. I'm like, yo, I'll talk to these bitches if they actually talk to me, but I'm not gonna go up to them in public and be like, hey, what's your fucking name? Like,
Yeah, because
Well,
people are fucking
maybe
busy.
I'll
They gotta
say
pump that
what's your
gas,
fucking
man.
they don't want shit to do with you.
Gotta clean that
like-
windshield. Gotta throw those
right.
Doritos in the trash can.
Right.
Keep her
And
moving.
Girls that are eating Doritos, I don't want to be involved with.
But then
anyway.
if you're at the bar, that is the venue for that. You know, that's different. Not the gas station.
Right, if I was at a bar, I
I
might,
know a gas station.
I might talk to someone
What?
for a minute or
I
two,
said I do
but
love going to the gas
you know.
station.
Always at the gas station. I'd be driving, bro.
Leah meets lots of people because she is an avid fish head. and
No,
goes-
also people just open up to me. People think
Yes.
that like I need to hear their story.
well, I
Leah
put
is-
your fish on in the background to try to make you feel more comfortable.
I know, I totally get what she's saying.
This is backwards on the number line. This is a Mandy song.
People like,
songs.
I have the song on my phone.
Because she
downloaded.
says he goes, you were 8 and I was 9, and Mandy changed the lyrics to you were 18 and I was 19 because that's when we became close.
Oh.
And it's a song that like the lyricist wrote to get the band back together.
She will
Is
tell
this-
you the entire history of every Fish song.
No. I knew a girl that used to go hang out at Fish shows, and she was mad skinny and like underdeveloped. But she was like, the dude that was the guy that rode around in the golf cart would always pick
Mike
me up,
Gordon, yeah.
and then he got busted for
Yeah.
fucking a bunch of underage chicks
No,
and
he
shit.
didn't. That's not what happened. That's not what happened.
I don't even know what we're talking about. but-
Explain it then. Explain how this dude got busted for underage
No, he
chicks.
was taking pictures. No, it's definitely weird, dude. I agree with you that it's fucking weird, but it wasn't fucking. It was taking pictures of girls under like a railroad bridge or something, and the Hells Angels came and whooped his ass. Yes, they did. And you know what? Mike's a weirdo, but it was definitely weird, right? But like apparently it was like fine or whatever.
Well,
Yeah,
he was
Mike's
always
a
nice
weirdo.
to this girl that I knew, and she was like,
a weirdo, but it's okay.
she was
fine.
like, it was never like he did anything, but he was
I
always
wasn't
weird.
there. I was.
That's what
you
she said.
What you said.
She said that
He's
he
weird. I've
was
met him a
always
few times,
weird,
yeah.
and he would like roll up on a golf cart at
He
some
always has a
random
golf
Fish
cart. He
show,
knows the people,
and
yeah.
she would be like, "Hey, it's me," and he'd be like, "Oh, bring your skinny ass and let's go ride around."
The bassist you're talking about, right?
Hell, I don't know.
Isn't that what you're talking about?
I don't have any idea. This is a girl I worked at a tie-dye factory
This is
with.
like a telephone game that like this story has come around, but
I worked in a
assume
tie-dye
that's
factory with a girl that used to go to hit Fish shows all the time.
A
And-
tie-dye factory?
No,
Yeah.
Leah, he said that it's
That's a joke?
Look,
No, it's the dead truth.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
he said that it's some
Sorry,
dude
it's
at Fish shows that rolls up on a golf cart.
The bassist, Mike Gordon.
All right.
He rolls around in the crowd.
She know who the man is.
She knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
She's filling the gaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a friend that has.
I
this
ain't
fucking-
lying.
Yeah. I don't think you are, but again, it's like everything's like telephone game, misconstrued a little bit. You know, everything's turned.
Well, it's because I'm not
But
like
that's
a
what
Fish
happens.
fan. I don't know the names of the band members, and I couldn't tell you who Darcy was talking about. But I know that she was
not
like,
Darcy.
I know this person
I believe her.
who's in the band,
I believe her.
and she was like, I met him when I was like 15, and he would like pick me up and take me places, but he never did anything with me. But he was always a little weird.
Yeah, that sounds
and I was like, yeah, Darcy, that sounds fucking weird.
Fucking weird.
You know, like I don't pick up girls, and I'm like, hey, how old are you? Let's go for a ride, 15-year-old. You know what I mean?
Cart.
I don't get down like that.
Yeah,
Like, I would
that's
check a
right.
bitch.
Yeah, you
I would
golf
check a
cart.
bitch
Yeah.
ID. Like if I was at the festival, right? If we were riding around the festival, I had the golf cart. I'd be like, hey,
He has a hotline. He has a
many-
Gordo hotline. We can call it right now. It's you can leave a voicemail. I shouldn't have told y'all that.
it's you know why? It's because he's looking for these 17-year-old
He'll
bitches.
be like, he's like, hey guys, turn it up.
Hey, it's me, band member of Fish. I'm the bassist guy that likes
You know what,
underage
Johnson,
girls.
I forgot.
Go ahead and hit me up on the motherfucking
Hotline.
voicemail. Hit me up on the hotline and tell me about how long it's going to be until your
can find
snatch
me under the
becomes
bridge.
legal for me to get a taste of.
Don't slander him.
I'm under the
Oh,
bridge with
That's my
Dave's town.
dog.
Slander is what happens around here.
That's like a lot of
And I'm
people
not
say
going to contribute to any Mike Gordon slander, but I think we can all agree he's a weirdo.
that. I don't know.
Look, Darcy was a delightful gal, but when she was 15, I'm sure she looked fucking 15. You know what I mean?
Gordon's a weirdo, dude.
Yeah, dude sounds like a weirdo. But like, hey, look, man, motherfuckers are weird. Like I always say at the end of the episode, don't be mean to people that don't look like you. Don't be mean to people that do look like you. Don't be a dick. And if dude from the fucking Fish is a weirdo,
I
like,
got some candy.
you know, be nice to him. Be nice to him. Also, would you like some candy?
Candy.
Want some candy?
Candy bucket.
Yuck. Stop it.
Hey, come on over here with your muscly arms, Darcy.
Come here, Chris.
But yeah, you know, we're having fun, and it's
really
nice.
goes
I'm,
rough.
I'm just happy that Lisa doesn't think I hate all women.
I mean,
I'm just glad to see you come around.
I have said this to you so many times, homie.
I think it's like 5 times technically since
Like,
the episode where you
she
told
said
me
17,
I
I
hate
think.
women.
No, it was a lot. I've told you a lot. Texted you. We talked about it. I have apologized for making it seem like you hate women. I didn't know you need me to come on and like publicly disclaim it.
Nah, it's all
or,
good.
Like, or declare it, whatever.
Can you go into it, please?
Proclaim. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, I need a declaration for the public that I don't hate women.
Proclamation
Yeah. I just hate dating.
I'll support you. I'll sign your petition.
You know, I hate looking. You know what I mean?
Dude, it's the worst.
Especially nowadays, I would say, yeah, I agree with you on that shit. Because
Mike is so fucking lucky that I just fell in his lap. He is so lucky that I made those moves.
shit.
What?
We both fell in each other's shit.
I made the first
I love
move.
the fucking confidence.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
That's
But I
true.
put the effort into going.
But you were referred to as Das Verboten like a year or two before you ever even got on the show.
Why that's your that's why that's your name, because you're forbidden because
No, Steven.
See, here's the
Steven
thing,
would
right?
be like, dude.
why is she called that?
Big,
That's
Big Steve.
Yeah.
Big Steve was a member of the
That's like a
show.
great origin story.
Big Steve was a member of this podcast before he got somebody pregnant, and he's like,
Disappeared.
he
It
disappeared.
made my perfect
His
first
wife.
nephew.
But he would be like,
his wife.
sure. I mean, that's some technical terms. That's some technical terms.
Got someone pregnant.
That's the
Started a
technical term.
family.
Yeah,
Motherfucker.
it's working out. It's going good for him.
But yeah, no, Steven would let me, he'd tell me all the time, he's like, oh, the podcast is so funny. And I'd be like, sweet, man, like, let me get the name of the podcast. And he'd be like, okay, cool, I'll send it to you. And this was for years. And I'm like,
Never send it?
no,
We've been doing this
he would-
since 2017.
Yeah.
Or 16, I think, actually.
There's some people,
Yeah.
you just don't want them to hear all the shit you talk about.
no, Steven would
Steven
not.
probably was embarrassed.
Steven would not do it, and he forbid me to be on the podcast and listen to the podcast. And then I started hanging out with this big motherfucker, and he brought me to the podcast, and I'm like, haha, sucker.
And Steven was here?
No, but he gets really upset.
He had already
like,
knocked somebody up by then.
no, now that he's a hardcore feminist, now that
Wait a minute. Biggie's a hardcore feminist?
Stay strong, sisters.
It's real shit.
He is
It's
such a
real.
he is a hardcore feminist. He came to me and he was very emotional and he's like, look, we just watched this documentary and I just want to say, like, dude, I didn't like it's you know, women really are second class citizens and I'm so sorry for, you know, I swear to God, if you ever want to talk about your period, I won't tell you it's gross. I won't tell you it's gross if you have sex. Like, I won't get upset if you talk about it, and I'm sorry for that and for the ways that I've oppressed you. And then Mason,
He watched the Blue Eyed Samurai.
put his fist up and went, stay strong, sister.
Sure, actually, his sister. That's very funny.
He says it whenever I'm on the phone with like me
Oh,
and
yeah.
my coworker Erica
He says,
too.
"Stay strong,
He's always like, stay strong, sisters.
I really love that.
Yeah.
That's really cute.
I mean, Biggie's a good dude.
Listen, he got
yeah, he really is.
The
He
best
really
part
is.
was when he got in the fight with our mom about, he was like, so that science didn't recognize the clitoris as a part of the female anatomy until like 1996.
It's not real.
My mom is like, I don't need you to talk to me about whether or not a clitoris was real.
Hey, Mom, I'm glad to
Like,
know that your clitoris has been
she's like,
identified as a
basically
real
like,
thing.
Pretty sure that everyone knew what the fuck a clitoris was way before they announced it in 1996.
They were talking about the little man in the boat long before he got recognized
Please stop
officially.
talking about clitorises with your mother. Like, yeah. No, he's a hardcore feminist.
He's
Yeah.
an awakening.
Yeah, he did. I don't know what it was he watched, but it fucked him up.
The divine
And
feminine energy. Yeah, what did he watch? Let's watch
I
it.
have no clue.
He'll tell you.
Because he changed, like when we did kickball, fucking Junior Jew said something to fucking Little Smoke and was like, man, you throw like a girl. He stopped everything, was like, you do not say that. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Like,
That's good.
that's what little boys always said to each other.
Stephen is very, very supportive of females and the respect that they deserve and how
See,
they haven't had
And you
it.
know what's
I wonder where
funny?
he got that.
I like to think that I'm fairly supportive of women because if you actually go back in the history of this show, these guys talk mad shit about women and I would defend them.
Well,
Even though
these
I'm
guys
not
were
a lady.
also very brokenhearted and butthurt, and they're both crabby people in general.
Yeah, well, you know, and they
And,
had
and
baby
Mike,
mamas.
Mike is angry. Mike is a typical angry black man. And
Oh, you better stop that.
I'm happy
Don't
so
say that
lucky.
about Lex.
I'm happy go lucky, but I'm an asshole. I claim that shit.
Yeah, that's
But if it's not deserved.
That's one of the first things.
no,
we
it's deserved. He's admitting it.
No, but I'm saying you're only an asshole to people when it's deserved. You're not an asshole to me yet.
No, I'm an asshole.
No, he's an asshole to
I'm
people
an
that don't
asshole.
deserve it.
Not to
Yeah.
me.
Good for you.
He's never
been out there yet.
Congratulations.
You've never been an asshole to me.
You don't live with his ass.
He's an asshole to me.
It's because you're her
You've never been an
friend.
asshole to me.
I've told you to shut the fuck up.
Oh, but
Quite a
I've
bit.
never. Well, yeah.
Mason,
Actually, probably.
Well, I appreciate that you haven't been an asshole.
That's not on the air.
Shout
Leah
out
is my
to you.
Mike's
Just now,
favorite
like,
of my
what?
friends.
Numero uno.
I know
Hands
he's
down.
he's spoken of you highly for a
Really?
long time. Yeah, he's been like,
my
yo,
dog.
he's been like,
My dog.
yo, you got to meet the most interesting girl in the world, and I'm like, I mean, you know, I do
Again-
like interesting women. So,
Again, now that we're on the show, I would like to.
Like,
You are
I'd like to come
Hermione.
correct.
Yes.
I know you already explained it. You're the
Yeah,
one that calls
that
this
is-
lady
this is
most
my Dos
interesting
Equis
woman in the world.
I'm gonna blow up some of my favorite stories of
Because you did
Leah.
it to your Aunt Tiny. last
Okay,
night.
can I please talk about when you came back from Nicaragua and you were so skinny?
I guess.
Okay,
I don't know
so
that.
Leah-
Wait, don't talk about any.
Leah has a degree in.
I like skinny. It's okay.
Wait, but don't talk about.
I won't talk about anything like that.
No,
So,
please, tell
Leah-
me what you're not talking about.
No, don't worry about it. You're good.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's it. No, yeah, no, that's it. That's
It's okay.
definitely
We
what I'm
talk
talking
about these things.
That's definitely
Yeah,
what
that's definitely what I'm
We
talking
talk about this on the show all the time. This just comes up.
So Leah has a degree in wildlife science.
Nothing's
She's
really
had the most
possible.
interesting jobs. She's had jobs tagging foxes on the West Coast. She's worked at Yellowstone National Park. She
meet
technically
Kevin
one time.
Costner?
She technically one time got banned from Canada. She
Dude,
moved.
fuck Canada.
And then I went
moved,
back.
Look, she moved to Panama to be a teacher to teach the little Panamanian children how to love. So they
Not
wouldn't
my
grow up-
lesson objective.
Yeah, so they wouldn't grow up and be thugs, and it didn't work out. So she just went to Nicaragua for I don't even know how long, and like taught all the little Nicaraguans how to play ultimate frisbee.
worked in a bar.
And she lived in a hostel and worked at a bakery. And look,
That was in Costa Rica.
so she kept, that was Costa Rica. Either
Yeah.
way, she comes back home, and you know, Leah's a half Mexican, and she's got like that she's got Mexican hips and thighs. She's got beautiful shape. And she came back, and she was so
She got that ass.
she came back. She came back with a thigh gap, and I'm like, you haven't had a thigh gap ever in your
love
life.
thigh gap, my
Listen,
God.
get-
Sorry,
fuck off.
I'm a big fan of thigh gap.
I'm glad that you like a woman with exceptionally wide hips. I'm like,
But we like a little ass.
but me and Leah have never had a thigh
It
gap.
has
Yeah.
nothing to do with the hips. It has to do with the airflow around the vajayjay.
So look, so Leah comes back and she looks so skinny, and she's at my house, and I'm like, oh my God, are you eating? Do they even have
Yeah,
real
you like picked
food?
me up.
Yeah, I'm like, do you even have real food there? And she's like, yeah, dude, you know, like, I mean, if somebody takes me out to eat, like, I eat a lot. But honestly, I can get like a bag of mangoes or a bag of avocados for like 50 cents. And so, yeah, and then there's the cocaine.
We can talk about that.
And then
We talk about anything on this show. It's all good.
I don't do that.
yeah, she's
It was a
world,
phase.
she's world travel.
Honestly,
She only flies on frontier planes.
Only because I'm elite.
I know,
Like winning the Special Olympics.
You have elite membership for
One of the
Frontier.
Special Olympics. You
I
said.
have an elite status on Frontier. Yeah, I get a free carry-on. I get extra leg room.
She's like the smartest girl on the short bus.
I get. You got it.
I get it.
You got it. I'm the leader of my people.
Leah had a job burning down the woods in North Carolina to repopulate the woodpeckers.
Yeah, and it worked.
Awesome.
Okay.
She
What
also
kind of woodpeckers
she was
were you
she also
repopulating?
taught 8th grade science for like
Which
8
times?
years.
Hold on. Which kind of woodpecker?
Red cockaded
I
woodpeckers.
get it.
Okay, all right.
much.
Yeah, they eat a certain type of bug that only grows in this certain type of wiregrass, which only grows if it's like regularly burned. So we went up in there, we burned, and Fort Bragg also did the same thing. And
That's like
You should
proper
like-
conservation.
It
Proper
it
conservation.
worked, and they brought these woodpeckers back from
Yeah.
the brink of
And
extinction.
we rode ATVs and had a drip torch off the ATV, and like it was like very cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it was
Nice.
fucking like cool.
And then
Very
she
cool,
somehow
yeah.
ended up in South Florida and taught 8th grade science for 8
Well, that
years
was intentional.
to the little
Yeah.
gang-ridden neighborhood children that
Yeah.
had to wear uniforms to public school.
Hey,
and
look,
she
little gang
excelled.
Dangerous
bastards need motherfucking
She
teachers
was
too.
such a
I
good
was good,
teacher.
dude.
She was a great teacher.
She Michelle Pfeiffer
Michelle
did kids.
That's what my dad said when I first moved there, and he was like, "Is this like our Dangerous Minds?"
It was. And then
Yeah,
that song
it had
came on.
Coolio.
Yes.
Also, the last interesting thing about Leah is she is definitely way blacker than I am, and I think that's why
No, that's what's up.
Mike likes that about her because they talk about music and people I don't know about.
We have our black gossip that we like to talk about.
Yeah,
Black gossip, like you have an opinion on Michael Jackson.
Well, I mean,
Why don't you-
we all.
Leah,
I mean, yes.
what
But we
about
talk
your-
about Kanye and Whitney's death and
Rihanna,
Rihanna,
tell her.
herpes, Chris Brown. That like wasn't the reason that Chris Brown hit her that night at that Grammys party, that Clive Davis Grammy. Was it Clive Davis's party?
Oh, it was funny.
That because somebody
'Cause she
Jay-Z
deserved
gave
it.
Rihanna herpes?
Is that what you're saying? She
She said
deserved it?
that
No,
Jay-Z.
Is this right? Jay-Z had
They
given
said
Rihanna
Jay-Z had
herpes.
herpes.
Jay-Z
And then
gave Rihanna
she
herpes?
gave it to Chris Brown, and Chris Brown showed up to that party and walked in on her sucking someone else's dick and was like, "Bitch, you gave me herpes, you dirty bitch," or something. And so she like chased after him in the car, like, "No, Chris, I love you." And then in the car, they were like,
That is a possibility.
But I'm not-
Illuminati shit that came out.
But again, I don't want to libel or slander Riri.
We
Don't
do this
worry.
to everybody.
Don't worry.
Everybody.
Wait, can you
catches
put on
it.
Amish Paradise?
There ain't enough people
Did I know
listening.
all the words?
Me too. I know all the words. All my little omelets want to be like they a nice scoring points in the afterlife.
Lord have mercy.
So don't be vain. Don't be whiny. Or else my brother, I might have to get red evil on you, honey.
So quilted out, passed out, Bryce.
I feel like Leah,
So
I feel like Leah
incredible.
should call in and do the podcast, like, even
Here it is, here it is.
in Colorado. Like,
Oh my god.
you just let this girl come back. She's so fucking funny.
Jebediah
I wanna
Vincent
hear
Chickens and Jacob Blau. Fool and I've been milking and even Ezekiel thinks that my mind is gone.
I'm a man of the land and I'm into discipline.
Got a Bible in my hand and a beard on my chin. But if I put a shawl of my
My thing keeps
I
coming
love
in and
her
out. There we
now.
go.
I can't help it.
gonna party.
See, I can accommodate requests.
Alright, I think I'm leaving here now.
You look at it. Oh, that actually right.
She requested it. I thought she might dig it.
I like most Weird Al Yankovic songs.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay.
They're all good. I
Yeah.
know that. What else?
That crash test
Eat it.
Nazis one.
Eat it.
What about riding dirty?
Don't you know that kids are starving in Japan? Just eat it.
White and nerdy? Do you like white and nerdy?
That's
like
one of
the
my
Santa
lesser
Claus.
favorites. I
the-
like Living with a Hernia. I like that
Santa
first
Claus
cassette
song.
tape.
Never heard it.
that
Yeah, he did it.
I know about that.
Did you know about that? Is that your jam? I got disconnected again.
I can
It's
still
on
hear
the
you.
cord, so don't pull on
Yeah,
it.
quit unplugging it.
Reach
Or
in
re-plug it
between the
back in.
fucking thing there.
She can't help herself. Her ADD
alright.
is on fire.
It's alright. I
Give
understand.
me an ounce of marijuana, girl.
I did give her
Aunt
some
told me it was a
marijuana.
half ounce. She's like, this is a little bit of weed. I was like, that's an ounce of weed. I mean, I didn't weigh it.
Well, she lives in Colorado.
Dude, everyone's high though. That's why I'm
She
shocked why
decided,
kids
she
like
decided
still
not to
do
hit her
that.
weed pin on the plane because she found out you can get into a lot of trouble for it, so
Just
she
like
didn't do it
real
this
trouble,
time.
like real trouble. And I just like not pushing my luck.
Oh, God.
Playing those games. I feel
What,
like feds already came after me.
What part of Colorado do you live in?
I live just outside of Denver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like go snowboarding?
I don't do any of that shit, dude. That's all very expensive. I have one extremely expensive
said that's
hobby.
very expensive.
It is.
Yeah, I like go see this band and I spend all my fucking money on that. I don't have time for skis.
She hikes.
Or money for skis. I don't hike that much anymore. I need to.
She doesn't hike that much anymore, but
I
she
walk for
she
my
used to be a
job.
avid hiker. She's also hiked through the Swiss
I
Alps
used to
and
do
the
a
French
bunch of
Alps.
shit. Yeah, but I don't be doing nothing no more.
That's how life goes.
I know.
You be doing things, then you don't.
Then you don't.
Yeah,
Then
that's
you don't.
right.
That's why she's like always like gassing me up, and I'm like, I don't do any of that.
Because she seriously. So look, so no, we were driving back last night from the wedding dresses, and with my mom and my Aunt Tiny in the car, and we're driving home, and I'm talking, and I'd made the comment, I'm like, Leah's seriously one of the most intelligent people that I know. Like, she's just unbelievably, like, legit high IQ. And my Aunt Tiny's like, oh, what do you do? And Leah's like, I walk dogs. And I'm like, Leah, why don't you tell her about some of the other stuff? She's like, you know what? I was a different person then. I'm not that same person now, so it doesn't even matter. I don't even remember what I did. And I'm like, let me remind you.
Yeah, you did. I was like, oh yeah, you always do that. You tell me things, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Really fucking interesting.
Yeah.
You need to be reminded.
She always guesses me.
Hide friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's also my interpreter. She every time I need
interpret
something
shit for
interpreted in Spanish, I call her and make her
Oh, that was
speak
like the
it.
cleaning lady.
Yeah, with Myra, my cleaning lady, about the pupusas. Yeah.
And then I did a sign the other day, but that was funny.
Yeah, Interpret looked up something in Google
I didn't
Translate.
know he was on speaker. I was like, somebody who does not speak Spanish wrote this.
I'm
I was
like-
like, you're right. I do not speak Spanish.
No, definitely,
My bad.
definitely speaks,
Didn't know it was on speaker.
definitely speaks Punjabi and English.
Like, I put it in
But
Google.
he did. We're like, our Spanish workers don't speak proper Spanish, so this is way too proper. And then Leah's like, no one's gonna know what these words mean.
But I don't think I translated it properly either. But I made it a little more like.
Listen, it's better
normal.
than what me and the Punjab could do. It's better than what we did
It's
combined.
like if I said, where do I plug this in? And you said, put it in the posterior part. I'd be like, Why did you say posterior?
like
It's
receptacle.
so proper.
Like,
It did. It
it's not
was. It was
about-
posterior
Right.
receptacale or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, no, say behind, the thing in the back.
So plug it into the female portion of the
Plug it into the back.
Yeah.
I'll put the wee wee in the woo
Put it in
woo.
the stink.
The wee and the woo woo.
Put it in the steak.
It's in the shirt, the song.
Put it in the steak. You should get the shirt, like Mike's shirt.
Oh my god, no. I showed my mom the Fatboys Fuck Better shirt. And she was like, oh my. Well, my dad's a big boy, so she was like all happy.
Wait a minute. Say that again. What happened?
He has a shirt that says Fat Boys Fuck Better.
Oh yeah, that's
all right.
dead.
And I showed it to my mom, and she was like,
No, we was talking about this shirt.
Yeah. The
The two of the
no,
pink.
I don't like that one. That's icky. Like, why is it so drippy?
That's what
And
everybody.
like, why is it actually pink? Like, pink is not the juice.
it's trying to like
the
make a
juice should be
point.
translucent.
I think it's making a point more than it is like
But see, that's
But it's
everybody's.
really not making
realistic.
But everybody's reaction
No, it's
to it is
it's
always
making it
because of drip.
it's making it clear. Two in the pink, one in the
Yeah.
stink. If it was like one in the
Wait,
clear,
is this stink one brown? Is it?
Yeah.
Why is it so drippy?
That's nasty.
because there's a lot of other there's a lot of other wet in there.
This man, we get it in front of my
It's
fucking
nasty.
parents.
No. Yes, it's
He's
nasty.
like, do you think they'll notice? I'm like, yes, I do.
Oh, because you wore it down there. didn't you?
Necessarily. Honestly,
Did you wear that?
I didn't wear that down there.
Easter dinner.
Big, it was in the car.
It was in the car, but I didn't wear it. I think I just wore my only fish.
I wore this motherfucker in Wawa Food Line.
Drive down.
That's fine.
I wear the Rollin' Biggie Smalls one anywhere
I
I
got the hoodie
please.
right here.
I mean, I like the Fat Boys Fuck Better. I mean, that's funny. You're right. It's funny. I would
Yeah.
laugh.
The Fat Boys
I would
Fuck
laugh
Better
if I
isn't their
was.
shirt. The Fat Boys. This is their actual.
I know, this is their-
merch.
that
The
one.
Fat Boys came from fucking the dude at the Sexpo.
Yeah, the guy he had a fucking
I told my mom
shirt.
about that too. You guys went to a sex convention.
Do you know, I listened to the episode where you were talking about the shirt, and I'm an idiot. It was not until the end of you talking about it that I understood what you meant.
There were men's and women's shirts at this thing, and I said I want this in a men's shirt, and the guy was like, it's only available in a women's shirt, and I was like, well, if you had it in a men's shirt, I'd have bought it.
And what
then,
did it say?
And then I left, but it said, don't date men that don't eat pussy. And I'm like,
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, why would that be a women's exclusive motherfucking
So
shirt?
when you
No,
say a
that's
women's
just a
exclusive, I feel like you should say that it only comes in women's sizes.
Right, that's
instead
what
of
I'm
women's
implying,
shirts.
but I'm not
Yeah, because
that.
I didn't get, because I thought you were saying
I think
you
that's
wanted
what I
a
thought.
shirt that said, don't go out with a girl that doesn't suck dick. That's what I thought.
But they also had a shirt that was only a man's shirt that said that on it.
Oh,
and I'm
okay.
like, I don't want that. I'm not gonna like force a woman to suck my dick.
Yeah.
But if I'm dating a bitch, I'm eating some pussy.
In the future,
DJ
I
Khaled
would,
doesn't eat pussy.
in the future, fuck him.
Well, he's the best,
In the
right?
future, I would
pay
refer to it as
attention to
women's
gossip.
sizes.
Women's
Why does this
styles.
only come in women's sizes?
It's only in a woman's style. I don't want to wear that as a baby doll tee.
I understand that.
You know.
T-shirts for this podcast. Just make that T-shirt.
You're right, because I went to their stupid ass website and couldn't find it. So I should put a shirt out that says, don't date
You
fucking
know
dudes
how
and
to
don't
do
eat your
this.
pussy,
You're
ladies.
gonna need to
Skills
slightly
in
change the
multiple
words.
ways.
Oh yeah, what do you want me to put it as?
Nah, you don't.
I don't know,
need
but
to
I don't want
because
you to get copyright
It
infringement or
wouldn't
some
be
shit.
copywritten.
No, my friend has a hat. It's a red, like Donald Trump looking hat, and it says "Make Women Come Again." Is that cool?
I support that.
Dude,
Yeah,
my
100%.
my friend Marcus. My friend Marcus has a clothing line, and he has the North Face emblem, but it says "fuck out my face."
Oh wow.
Yeah, I saw Becky wearing
Oh,
it.
the dude, yeah.
Yeah, Marcus and
yeah,
Katie. That
okay.
Katie has the hairstyle, the hair cutting
If it's
podcast.
subtle enough, I could get behind it.
It's subtle. It literally
I like
looks just like a
subtle,
North
yeah,
Face, except it
that's
says
cool.
"fuck out my face,"
Yeah.
and I will purchase
okay,
it.
all right.
Marcus, One Collective. I guess there's the plug. Look him up.
There you
It's a
go.
great clothing brand.
Check out our
You're
shit.
playing fish again.
I told you I put
the
fish
whole
on for this whole
background.
episode.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. You
I
want?
was trying to make you feel comfortable.
You know what's funny is all the other people that listen to this are in the background like, what the fuck is that noise? Like, what kind of music is this?
She talks
She
about my
might have
religion.
them.
I like fish.
Are you religious?
I didn't look.
Wait a minute. Are you religious with your fishdom? Wow.
See,
Okay.
now look.
I'll be crying.
That's why you live in Colorado.
I'll be crying. No, that's
No.
not why I live in Colorado.
right.
When
Let's
she
not, we're not
told,
getting into
Hold on,
anything.
so-
Why I live in Colorado.
when she told me you was a fish head, I didn't even know what the fuck I
Most people
was.
think I'd be like, oh, like fly fishing?
I know.
Well, yeah, Mike done that
Yeah.
before.
What the fuck are you eating fish or something? What
Yes.
the fuck is a fish head?
Mike thinks you're a
What?
fan of that cartoon Heathcliff from the 80s.
Yeah, like I was like, I didn't know what the fuck that was. Terrence like, oh, it's a band. I'm like, Alright, so why the fuck you gonna follow around a goddamn band that's gonna play the same
so
set?
good.
So
No, it's not the same set.
Let's just say flip it every time. They do it different every time.
it's not just.
They're like,
it's just
hey
that-
man, we can't remember how we played this last time, so we're gonna play it this way this time, man.
So it's not just Leah that's a fish head. It is, we have an entire gaggle
I know
Yeah, I'm not alone.
of friends. So our friend Chris Kelly, straight married heterosexual male, has framed pictures of Trey Anastasio on his mantle.
I have Trey on my wall. Well, I just
So they all
Is he the
have
singer?
the lead singer.
he's on my phone right now. He's the background of my
They
phone.
seriously, they all have like
Shelby.
framed pictures of him in their house.
This is the missing link for me.
They've been to well over, they go to other
You can come
countries
with me.
for the
You have
shows and the
such a vision.
festivals. They go everywhere. I mean, it is
Right.
65 shows a year.
I have so many photos of Trey.
I get it. I got a buddy that followed fish around for a while. I know some fish folks.
I've known several.
But you know what? Don't it's like I get it. The crowd is one thing, and I get that. But like honestly, the music. If you just listen to the music, like
If you
with
do-
headphones, it is amazing.
And drugs.
music.
She said
And
drugs.
drugs.
Acid helps.
Drugs.
Acid
No,
helps.
but that's like
drugs.
all music. That's like, you know, opening your mind and shit. Like my mom listened to the New Year's show with me. I watched it at her house. We live streamed it, and she actually got into it for the first time. You just have to fucking focus on the music. Like people call it bad jazz, and that's kind
No,
of
I
accurate.
totally get that.
Yeah.
I don't know, because ever since I stopped doing
feel like
drugs,
know
I don't go to
them. They like
festivals anymore.
communicate musically,
Yeah.
and like I know their patterns, I know
You
their
actually
tropes,
do
and
know
like
them?
yeah.
I cannot enjoy a music festival without drugs, preferably
Really?
hallucinogens, and yeah, and I have
I don't go to
anxiety.
music
I can't do
festivals
drugs
that aren't
anymore.
fish. I don't usually go to music festivals that aren't fish because it's like too much. It's like a lot of people.
I know, but either way,
You know,
fish-
I'm there. For,
fish-
I'm willing to brave that for fish.
I'm
Only
just-
for Trey am I willing to brave the crowd.
I'm just
Only
saying,
Trey is worth going
I'm
and
just
braving
saying.
the public
I
to see
need
in
drugs.
public.
Precisely.
I
Trey
need
Anastasia.
days worth
I
of
get on a plane
drugs.
for Trey and I get on a plane for Sarah.
True story.
True story.
Yeah.
Trey and Sarah.
Right on.
There's a whole lot of shit going on.
So, hey, do you, any of, so listen, do any of y'all want to come to the second half of our honeymoon?
I am.
Yes.
I'm coming.
I mean,
I'm dead
can you
serious.
elaborate more?
Okay,
Because
so
like you asked me
I-
to come to your honeymoon, I'm like,
The
wait, what are
second
we
half,
talking about here?
excuse me, the second half of my honeymoon, come correct.
I'm sorry, I need more. I need more.
The first half of my honeymoon, I want to go for a week to a Caribbean island. Mike knows that he is only good for like maybe 4, no more than 5 days. And so like I'm going to be getting aggravated with him come day 4 and 5 because I'm on vacation.
So you want people to come party in the Caribbean with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm like basically like we're
I don't
deciding.
mean, I'm just gonna be asked. I don't.
No, I get it. Hold on, I'll explain to you what's going on here. What's going to happen is they're going to go to the Caribbean for about 4 or 5 days. Then the Jew and I are going to show up and party 2, and it's going to keep you from getting mad at Mike for not being engaged with the
But,
process.
and Mike is
'Cause
going to
when
hang
we-
out with y'all, and he's not going to be being a dick to me because he's ready to fucking go home.
You guys are
And
like
I'm not.
emotional vacation buddies.
So I'm dead serious. We already have. There's already 3.
I'll
There's
take
already
the quarters.
3 people.
Meet from a beach, bitch.
Three people already committing to going to this.
Give me time frames. I got time off. I
It's,
can-
so it's going to be the 3rd week in September that we go. We're going for a week. I
your
think
passports.
anybody that wants to come on like day 3, day 4, like come day 4, we'll start hanging out with people. But the first few days is just going to be us. But until I've had Mike off of the couch for 3 days and he just wants to go back home to his couch. So, but Leah's
I
definitely
went to
fucking going.
I'm coming.
Mexico.
I'm there.
When
No, I like the concept.
I've learned that I don't like being in one place for fucking too long. Like when I was on a cruise ship, there was so much shit to do every day. I didn't get bored with it because I'm like, I'm here. I can do all that shit. But when I went to Mexico, I'm in Mexico for fucking 7 days, yo.
He sounds like he's like 7 fucking days in the tropics where it's beautiful and
Yeah, I'm
lovely
not
on
lying.
vacation.
I know, but you're away
Fucking
from
nice.
your patterns.
But it's
and
not
your
even that.
creature
It was just
comforts.
fucking after you've done everything the first fucking 3 days, there wasn't nothing more to do that I was like, all right, let's go to the club. I already been, y'all go. Fuck, I done already been there. I done did that one night. I'm good.
So, anyways,
Well, let's go to this bar over here and get fucked up. I already did. I got fucked up
I
over there. I'm good.
I think the first 3.5 days between me and him would be good before he's going to start getting crabby. I don't want him to be a dick to me. I'm going to want to enjoy my vacation. So why not say, hey, does anybody else want to come hang out? Like
I'm not
that way
saying
it's not
I'm
too, it's all,
gonna
it would only be like maybe 3 or 4 days for everyone.
Sounds like way more
Yeah,
fun to me than just going to the fucking Caribbean.
I'm just saying,
We had
it's,
so much fun in Puerto Rico.
yeah,
Remember how
like,
much fun we
you're
had
only
in
going
Puerto
for a few
Puerto Rico
days, so
was fun.
it's way less
But look,
expensive. Like,
how many days were we in Puerto Rico? 3?
Rico? Yeah, sure.
yeah, but that was on a fucking fluke, and that was too
But
quick.
what I'm saying, we was down there. fucking y'all went and did y'all's thing. I went and walked around in the town that we was in.
Yeah, but we were there for 3 days, but I think 3.5 days, and almost 2 days of that was traveling.
And you guys were rushed. That wasn't the perfect scenario.
Yeah.
You definitely want at least a few more days. But I get it.
The thing that fucked me up was the jungle joint. You know what I mean? Like,
Going into the jungle?
nah, not
For
going,
the wedding?
Going to the jungle was cool because that motherfucking bus driver was wheel whipping that bus. That motherfucker
so
was getting
sad,
it
yeah.
around that motherfucking mountain and
Yeah.
shit in the dark. And that son of a bitch was not slowing down. Like,
the cars
this is my
coming?
Dude,
Yeah, that was so
He's
fun. I trusted
got
him.
it.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
straight. This
Fun,
motherfucker. I cut music on. We ride.
Dude, I forgot about that. Thank you
Go.
for reminding me that because that was
Lisa?
a fun ride.
Mine and Leah's dear friend Chris Kelly, the same one with the framed pictures of Trey Anastasio on
Who's
his
like a big
mantle.
deal at work, super smart guy.
So, also, smart. He says that Leah's the smartest person he's ever met, but both of them, they're also
He
top
also
three.
says I'm the dumbest person in my family.
Leah's brother.
Backhanded
One of Leah's
compliment.
brothers is a doctor.
So wait a minute, is he saying
You can't just say something nice.
She's
he
the
says
smartest
you're
person.
the smartest person he knows other than the other people in your family?
You know what? Good clarification.
Is that how he says
While
it?
I'm on that.
No, he said it differently.
He's trying to say it nicely. He was like, you know what? You are the smartest person I know, but you are the dumbest person in your family.
That sounds like exactly what I just said.
Yeah.
You said it much nicer.
Yeah, you said it nicer.
You said it way
You
nicer
said it
than
nicer.
how
Now he's saying shit nice, that's why I'm single.
But either
He's
way,
a nice guy. Remember,
Chris
nice guy
Kel-
finished last,
Yeah,
everybody.
Chris
And also,
Kelly.
nice guys have to say how nice they are.
That's right.
super.
That's right. I'm not mean enough to be like, hey, I'm a prick to the women that I like. But I'm working on it. I'm trying to study the Jew when he hangs out
You
with
know what nice guys don't say?
Either way, so our friend Chris got married in Puerto Rico during the pandemic. He had to postpone it by a
It was
year.
like after, though. They were so like...
No, it was not. It was because me and Mike are very much anti-vaccination people. We are not. We don't have that shot, and we are the only people of the 50 people that flew to Puerto Rico for this wedding. We are the only people that did not get the vaccine, and it was getting there was an ordeal.
But you know that's why all those ordeals
Everything was an
were-
ordeal. However, we did spend. This was like a year and a half ago, maybe.
No.
Yeah.
2021. October 2021.
Yeah, so just
Year and a
over.
half. What she said?
Yeah,
Yeah, what she said.
It feels like 3 days
We had
ago.
a great.
To me, it feels like a long time ago.
Trauma.
Oh, God. She's so trauma.
I love Lisa. Listen, I'm really glad that everybody gets to listen in to the Sarah, Lisa, and Leah show
The inner
today.
workings.
I've really enjoyed this
Divine
episode.
feminine energy.
Andrew, I've never heard you this
You
quiet
have to come
before.
back.
He was quiet on the
They wanted
last
on the
one.
first one. I even
Are you
texted
drunk?
him like mid-show. I said, "Baby,
Nah,
there's
the more
just
intellectual the concept is, the further he is from the conversation.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't
There's a
think
lot of
he even-
motherfuckers talking.
His phone's not even in the vicinity,
The
though.
phone's over there playing the.
It's streaming.
I know he's not even paying attention to it.
I'm
but
just
I
really
texted
enjoying
him.
how Mason is doing like 17,000 other things. Like he's here, he's present, but he's just not just doing things. He's got things
He's
to do with
got to
his
control
hands.
it.
I'm running the show.
Yeah, you're doing a great job.
I got a show to run as
You're
well.
doing a great
Top of
job.
Just having a conversation. That's right.
You're
I
doing
cut
a
my
great
friends
job.
loose and hope that y'all hold the conversation down while I hang back and do as little as talking as I have to.
We're doing it, and I'm going to tell everyone to listen to this episode because we were all on it.
I appreciate you helping to promote
Oh, you
the
know, I would tell
show
everyone
on
except that you
occasion.
brought up shit that I don't want people to know.
I gotta listen back just to hear this shit.
Mason, my heart is in the right place.
I know.
I'm gonna listen back just to hear the shit that she's been saying over here that you can't catch.
We got the peanut gallery over here.
This fucker, no, it's just her.
I'm not ever the peanut gallery girl.
Never.
No.
Never.
No, I'm just like,
No, I love times like this because it reminds me why I'm single.
oh, Mason.
I'm like, here I am being nice to a bunch of bitches.
Mason.
How y'all
Oh,
bitches
no,
doing?
No, Mason. He doesn't mean that.
Listen,
no,
dickwad, I've been
Yeah.
super nice.
No, it's all good,
You
bitches.
make it so hard for me to like.
Listen, the only B word you should ever call a girl is beautiful. Bitches love it when they're called beautiful.
You show me a beautiful bitch, I'll tell her she's beautiful.
I'm saying, man.
Hi, my name's Lisa.
I had a girlfriend once I called that. It didn't work out, so I don't do that anymore.
Okay, you can't.
Calling her a bitch?
Never mind.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful. Mike doesn't call me beautiful. Mike tells me that he would still love me even if I was bald headed, and he feels that that is a compliment. And the fact that he says it
That is a
once a year is good enough.
Well, it's
really
nice that he
is.
found somebody he
Nice
actually likes the
compliment.
personality of.
I tell him all the time that he's a fucking unseasoned, uncultured potato. Like, yeah.
Cultured potato.
Your culture.
She just doesn't like
He thinks he's cultured. He thinks he's cultured. Let me tell you, he's like when we went to the Chinese ballet shit, which he's like on the podcast talking about it, like, yeah, I'm like really into this stuff, and I'm into this, and I really enjoy this shit. It was pretty close to it. He's like, and they're like, Mason's like, damn, I didn't know you were into shit like that. He's like, yeah, I'm totally into this shit. It was literally because he forgot it was my birthday. He forgot to get a present 2 days before my birthday. We were at Jim and Cat's house, and I said the commercial for Shin Yu came on, and I'm like, oh my god, I've always wanted to go to that. And I was on the phone with Jen and Tab talking about like, oh my god, I've wanted to go to this Chinese ballet for 6 or 7 years.
I like that.
And magically, the next day, Mike purchased the ticket, and he's like, yeah, baby, I know how bad you've wanted to see it.
I love it.
Most of her shit comes from me listening to her talk about what she wants, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, Mike,
I get it. There it is.
Mike, you're a real piece of shit for listening to her and trying to do something that she actually gave you hints to do. That's why you're in a relationship.
Hold on. First off, I appreciate my man and what he does for me. What I don't appreciate is when I listen to this podcast and he says dumb shit like, yo, yeah, Sarah's friend, Das Verboten's friend Dos Equis, that's what I call her, because she's like, the most interesting woman in the world. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm so into the Chinese ballet. So into the Chinese ballet.
But you guys are a unit now.
He's just parroting you.
Thank you.
He hears you say all these awesome fucking things about her, and because he loves you.
First off, her and Leah can get along so well. Because Leah's always like, nah, don't get upset with Big Mike for being a dick.
Exactly.
I mean,
No, please.
I'm always on your side, my dog.
Treat him like shit. Because that's what y'all do. Please do that.
I just don't think he's being a dick in this situation. I think like
about Shin Yu?
about saying positive things about your best friend. I think it's nice.
Specify.
I think it's nice. He's like, talk to her. I don't give a shit. I don't know fuck.
First off,
let me just say that first.
I love my baby.
Aww.
And my baby knows that I love him. I tell him all the time my favorite part about him, it changes every day. I'm like, it's your penis. It's that fat fucking ass. I wish God had to put that swing on my back porch. It is unfair that he didn't. I'd be snuggling up. I told Lisa, I was like, get up in him like this. I tell him all the time how sexy he is. I'll be all up on his gut, rubbing his gut like, fuck yeah, I like this shit. All the time.
There you go. Treat him right. Make him
I
feel
do.
good.
It's true. And sometimes,
Good on you.
every now and then, I put his peeper in my mouth. Not as often as I probably should, but I do it.
Well, see, I'm only a dick.
Well, it's really nice of you.
I admit to be when I'm being a dick. I know when I'm being a dick. Most of the time, it's usually when I'm hungry and
Self-awareness is
tired.
key.
First off, the problem is he's always hungry and tired. There is no
just like
point in
the
time in the
Incredible Hulk.
day.
He's always
Do you know what he
angry.
says to me? Do you know what he says to me every night? I'm like, babe, you okay? He's like, God, I'm just fucking tired, babe. Just fucking tired,
I
babe.
get up at 4 o'clock every goddamn
He goes to
morning
bed at
fucking work.
7:30. He goes to bed at 7:30.
Hey, at least he's engaging with you. He's not like, I'm fine, leave me alone. Is
Listen.
everything okay? Yeah, everything's
You
fine.
know what he did? He got me this beautiful ring, and I love it, and I'm
The
gonna
thing
look at
that
it
she
under your...
exactly asked for, the exact cut and the whole fucking nine.
Shout out Ty.
Wait, did
Because I
you listen
paid
to things that she
attention to
said?
What she said that she
Hold on.
wanted.
Aaliyah just said, shout out Ty to my best friend. No, this motherfucker put for
But she
2
always
years.
throws
two,
it off like,
2
I don't
years
fucking
was, I was
know
like,
what I'm
I just
doing.
want you to take my best friend.
Yeah, take time.
And to have her opinion.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't fucking need anybody.
I did.
You think someone knows you better than I know you? And I'm like, yes. My best friend of the last 25 years. He's like, I've never gotten you a present you didn't like. And I'm like, I've never fucking told you how many presents you've gotten me I didn't like, because I'm not a bitch and I'm not going to hurt your feelings for being ungrateful for receiving a gift. And he was like, name something. And I'm like, the Harry Potter socks.
Now,
And
look.
he was like, but for real, bitch?
I didn't see look, hey, I'm gonna tell the world this story. Hold on. Now,
It was a
listen.
whole Harry Potter
It was a whole Harry Potter theme to lead up to the last
Some would have
gift.
called it excessive.
So everything,
I'm going to let him tell this story and then tell the
I'm
reality.
trying to let it all just happen. Please speak.
everything that happened that Christmas was led up to what the fucking final gift was. So the whole damn Harry Potter joint was all in theme to get to the fucking final joint, which was
You're
a
a fucking
fucking
trooper for participating.
day
It was a
at
lot.
fucking Harry Potter fucking fucking.
There's a portrait
Like,
of her in Harry Potter
exhibit.
outfit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a Harry Potter exhibit. Yeah, the portrait came with a Christmas gift.
There's a wand. There's a cape.
love it.
There's a robe, the socks,
there's a
the
lot.
cup. I think it might have been a bag somewhere in that bitch.
All right, I would like to tell my version of this story.
She's a grown-ass woman.
Thank you. Thank you. First off, I was going to finish with that part. Also, at the time, I'm like 37, 38 years old, and I'm like, I'm a grown-up, and this is. First
And
off, it
she's
was,
told me how
it was
obsessed
mine and
she
Mike's.
is with Harry
It was mine
Potter.
and Mike's second Christmas together.
Cute.
I am super gay for Harry
Yeah, so you
Potter.
guys were like young.
I love Harry Potter. No.
It was a young relationship time.
We're like, we're 2 years into being
fine.
together at this point in time, and we are at his mom's house on Christmas Day. All five of his nieces and nephews are there. His great nephew is there. His aunts, uncles, children, the whole family is there. While me and Mike and the kids are opening our Harry Potter shit. I also got my best friend this in a music box that you turn with the music.
I love it.
Shit, you not. Me and my best friend were super
I
gay for
have
Harry
it.
Potter.
This all
I love Harry Potter. I'm not denying my
I'm
love
not
of
a
Harry
Harry
Potter.
Potter.
It's one of the best book series ever written.
It really
as far
is.
as being
I
like
truly agree.
as far as a well written.
Stay on story.
Sorry, baby.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Is there a point to this?
Yes, there
You're doing good. You're doing
is. We
good.
are opening these presents, and every present I open, it's like a Harry Potter hat, and then it's Harry Potter socks, and then it is. This is one of my favorites, but it is a portrait of me that has been like
As a wizard.
photoshopped as a witch.
wizard.
But and I'm
Like,
super
turn it
happy.
around.
Like I'm super happy too. But there's Dementors in the background. Like it's really dark in the background. Like everyone's like, why are you smiling in it? But I love that one. But his whole family, like all 46 of them, are like, wow, you must really like Harry Potter.
But there was a theme to it.
And I'm like, listen, I got a fucking Harry Potter Hufflepuff robe. I got a Harry Potter Hufflepuff mug. I got a fucking magnet. I
Grown-ass
got
woman.
7 pairs of fucking Harry Potter
Grown-ass
stuff.
woman.
And I'm just like, you know what I asked for Christmas? I was like, I would really like some new Alex and Honey bracelets. They're only $30,
So guess what I did?
and he didn't get me any.
You got the ring.
I got the ring this summer, not Harry Potter Christmas.
It was the Harry Potter Christmas because
That was the
remember,
first
second
Christmas.
one.
No, it's not. That was the first
Well,
Christmas.
either way, you got the fucking Harry Potter fucking ring.
That wasn't Harry Potter, by the way. I don't even know what that's related to. But either way, I love him. I appreciate
Mike or Harry Potter?
that he both.
Okay.
I appreciate that he wanted to. He did get me a really cool thing. We went to Philly.
Pennsylvania?
Yeah, we went to Philly for the weekend, and they had like all like the original props, the original drawings,
The
like
whole had a
Lovely.
Harry Potter interactive exhibit.
exhibit. It was super fucking cool. I had a really good time.
Love that.
So, but it also would have been cool just to get that as my big gift, and maybe not have been embarrassed into being treated like a fucking retarded white child in front of Mike's whole black ass Negro family.
They fucking, we do this shit.
Going, she really likes
I
it.
get it though. Like that would be embarrassing. Like,
None of that's necessary.
And they're just like,
It's awkward though. It's awkward.
The moral of my story is I love Mike, but fuck Mike, and also Mike's fine. He's fine. He's taken care of. He's fine.
no, but like now,
Because though, yeah, she fucking loves.
like what if we're at the wedding and some distant relative is like, oh yeah, the Harry Potter bitch.
I'm a
They probably would. But they all
They're
love
upstairs,
it.
I'm like, she
I
get
know, but I get the embarrassment of that.
Is it getting married that bitch like the Harry Potter shit? Is she normal?
She gonna have a wand at the wedding?
Is she special?
I hope she does.
I will
No,
not.
I get the embarrassment.
I will not.
That embarrassed me too. I'd be like, he chose this. He
Also,
did
it's
this.
fucked up, but my last ex-boyfriend, like 2 years before this, also got me a Harry Potter Christmas, and I'm like, I'm 37 years old, and I'm grown up, and I do not
He
need
also did some weird shit, like he got you the tickets, like, and then you broke up, and then he was like, here, you can have them anyway. Right?
Alright, that's
Nah,
Chris
he
Williams?
gave her bacon.
Mike, so you got her something she's really into. You're a real fucking prick. That's what I'm picking up off of this.
no,
He's bitter. You're
No,
too
this is how
bitter.
this is how I interpret relationships. I listen and I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't want to be involved with this. I wouldn't want to be on the other side of this.
Baby, are you happy in our relationship?
Yeah, I'm good.
Do you love me?
That's why he proposed.
Did you ask me to be your wife?
You got the ring on your finger?
I know. Do you want to spend the rest of your life with me?
Yeah, it's on your finger.
Are you fucking fine?
I'm good.
Good. Tell your friend Mason you're fine.
Hey, look, I'm not telling Mike how to live his fucking life. All I'm saying is the more I hear, the more I'm like, yes, and I will be single.
I'm just saying I am a motherfucking blessing.
I'm like that with other relationships,
In his
but not them. I'm actually the opposite. I'm like that with most relationships, but not with you guys. With you guys, I'm like, oh wait, maybe.
So you hear it, you don't want to vomit on yourself? Because I do. Like, I don't know what your deal is, but that makes me want to shove my fingers down my throat and throw
No,
up.
because I kick it with them all the time, and like it's cool.
Yeah, Leah calls to talk about her Jay-Z theories with Mike.
I love it.
Or
Oh,
whatever
so y'all
shit.
got black conversation?
Yeah.
Well, you know what's funny?
Sounds like black conversation. Oh, that, we haven't talked about the Cat Williams interview.
Yeah, he brought it up because I haven't seen it.
Did you really?
Yes, you guys.
Mason, what were you about to say?
You guys dilly-dallied. I would have loved to have you all
Yeah,
on
you
the last
gotta
podcast.
listen to that.
The
Mike.
first episode,
Damn.
I couldn't get this bitch off the couch to stop watching Blue Eye Samurai.
I'm sorry. It was like really. Oh, well, also your mom got me crying again. That's part of it too. That's part of it too. In my defense.
I mean, that's fair, but that's
Fair.
Her mom.
So you were crying?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's sad.
For what?
Because it's kind of a long story. One of our friends is sick, and so yesterday I was crying about that, and Sarah's mom ended up like leading me down some like mental pathways that were like I wasn't prepared to go down. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And
It
so
was
then I was just like
emotional.
crying more.
Buzzkill.
And so then, yeah, sorry. No, it's cool. I cried it out and it was better.
I
I just
didn't
watched
mean
more
right
Blue
now.
Eye
I just
Samurai.
meant, like,
Oh, in general, yeah. It was.
I'm sorry.
No,
I
it's
didn't mean,
okay.
like, right now.
So she
My
got
bad.
you to a point where you were able to get over whatever it was you were crying
I
about
got
and get
over
to a better
and then
place?
she called right before we left, and she was like, you know, honey, we was praying for you.
She had
And we
the Sunday school
and I
kid.
started, she had, you know, and so she just got me going again. And then Sarah was like, let's go, and I was like, I don't get it. So I'm okay. No, thank you.
So, my best. This is
I
honestly
mean, that's what her mom said.
legit.
She's like, you're in a vulnerable state,
You're vulnerable.
honey.
Yeah, you're being vulnerable.
Do we know? Do y'all have regular female listeners? Like I know a lot of dudes listen,
Probably,
but
maybe.
so
My old girlfriend used to
Sarah,
listen,
me
but I'm
too.
sure she doesn't listen at this
okay.
point.
Well, either way, in all honesty, for
It's the
any
only regular girl I've ever heard, because you say you don't listen regularly. You only listen when Lisa's here. And
that's
Lisa's
not true.
here
That's not
regularly.
entirely true. I listen.
Well, I just
I
listen to
enjoy
what
it
women
more.
tell me, and I try to like interpret it as if they're not lying to me. But
I enjoy it more when Lisa's
that's
on.
my problem, and not everybody else I know's problem.
I do listen to it, especially after I know y'all do certain things. But my new commute, because now that I'm working in Fauquier County, I don't have an hour and 15-minute commute anymore. So I don't. I have a 16-minute commute. I don't get to listen like I used to. But either way, in all honesty, Mason, my best friend in the entire world, maid of honor in my wedding, was diagnosed last year at 39 years old with stage 3 metastatic breast cancer. It's triple negative, which seems to mainly affect women under the age of 40 and women of color. She just so happens to be black. She just had a double mastectomy a month ago.
Damn.
Her boobs, she has the biggest boobs of anyone I've ever met in my entire
Like bigger
life.
than my head. One
She
is
can-
bigger than my head.
She can lay her
They're the
cheek.
size of my thigh.
Yeah, she could lay her cheek on her own titty. She had like H-cup titties.
Yeah.
She just had them both removed to have like 2 tumors removed out of her breast. They had to remove all of her lymph nodes. Her cancer is unfortunately spreading.
Damn.
Her appendix ruptured at home, and she just thought she had a bad stomach ache from the chemo. She went through 2 chemo sessions over the course of like 6
chemo
weeks.
sucks.
She ended up in sepsis in the hospital and everything, and nobody knew her shit. And so, anyways, the whole point of this me
I don't
saying
see her very
that's our
much.
friend
They
that
see
she's
her.
saying that she's
Yeah.
upset about being sick. But
I'm
in general,
in
any ladies listening, the importance of doing your self breast
Feel good.
exams
Feel
and
good.
doing all this. She found hers while she does like a butt mask.
What do you
Like, you know how you do a face mask?
Mm-hmm.
She does butt mask, and she uses the excess, and she'd rub them on her giant, glorious titties, and that's how she found her tumors. And
shit.
the importance of doing it, again, she's 39
Oh
years
my
old.
God.
So doing it, any ladies, any women, sisters, cousins, nieces, aunts, moms, anybody.
What does your brother
the,
say?
the importance, stay strong, sisters, but the importance of doing your self-breast exams.
She's doing it right now.
She is wild out.
I did it.
there.
You have to. You have to do it. You can do it later.
Scared. Like I legit did it
It's
out of
scary, dude. Like
reflex.
actually
Yeah.
I
being
wasn't
scared.
like it
It's
made me
crazy.
hot.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it like
I was
the.
crying yesterday too. I was like, we're
Instantly
too
was
young
like,
to
oh
be
God.
Yeah,
feeling
you
it.
gotta do it like the doctor does it and
Ladies.
smash your nipple in.
Ladies, this is only if you actually want to live a long time. So, you know. Keep that in mind.
I want to live a long time. I want to be me and Mike to be really old, and the kids to have
Here it
their
comes,
kids.
watch.
Yeah, and I want
Listen,
us. I want to be like 80 years old and in our wheelchairs and telling like our like grown grandbabies like, go get Big Daddy.
Nice.
Tell him I want to touch his penis.
Good for y'all.
Yeah, that's what I want.
That's
I
like
want,
the opposite of life I want.
I
shit.
want, and then what are you
No,
gonna
I
say
love
to
it.
him
I love it.
when the kids say, oh, she being nasty?
That's what it is. I'm on the way.
Yeah.
I'm bringing this dick over here for her to
I
touch.
want to touch penis.
You feel like that's like chef's parents. Hey, tree fitting. Over here and ask for tree fitting.
Oh shit.
I love you, baby.
Love you too, babe.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that
Oh,
said,
yeah.
we're going to have to bring this episode of Absurdity to a close.
There it is, y'all.
We'd like to thank you so very much for listening. We'd like to encourage you to listen to old episodes as well as new episodes.
Like, share, subscribe.
Listen to all the episodes, especially the ones with Lisa.
Right on. Right
You
on.
can. There's probably metrics that you can look that shit up.
I know.
I'm gonna get everybody to
I've
listen to
refrained.
this.
She said I've refrained. I don't want to stomp on them.
Keep going with it.
Alrighty then. So be nice to people that look like you. Be nice to people that don't look like you. Don't be a dick.
Little bits by little bits, ladies
Don't
and
be
gentlemen.
bitter.
Keep moving forward.
Don't be jaded.
Be kind,
Don't be
rewind.
bitter.
Don't be bitter. Don't be jaded.
Don't be
Keep it
bitter.
real. And if
Keep it
that makes you bitter and
positive.
jaded, then don't forget to tell those bitches to go fuck themselves. I hope you have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your week. Don't
Have a
forget
great weekend.
to like, share, subscribe, and yeah,
Love y'all.
we love you very much. And keep grinding on the shit you're trying to get done, because that's how things get done.
We believe in you.
Bye, y'all.
Peace be with you.
Gone. I gotta wrap this shit up.